I've got a banana and I'm not afraid to use it. How's it going, my G's? It's Artifact. Welcome to another day in your life. This is YouTube. We're doing music. Let's go. Today I've got a bass, which is a free one for you guys, which I've made out of the sound of a nice lady. Oh, I hope your mum didn't walk in at that point. Yeah, well, basically it's called the delayed excitement because we need to give our listener some delayed gratification, right? You can't have everything, up front. A bit like when you're at the circus and you see the hippo right at the beginning. You know what I mean? You want to save it to the end. That's why it's a delayed excitement. And the vital preset that I've made for you guys, you can download it free below. While you're down there, definitely check out my other links to my actual proper preset pack. Check out the link to my Patreon if you want to join my community and join in on Feedback Friday and join my Discord and just have a chat in there. We chat about all kinds of stuff outside of DNB as well, like how to get a girlfriend, how to invest money into crypto. Well, not really seriously, but just messing around. Yeah, also make sure you like and subscribe if you're new. I appreciate that. And yeah, if you know anyone that wants music production lessons, I am looking for a couple of new students. So definitely feel free to send me a message on Instagram as well if you want. Anyway, I've got this sample here that I've put into Vital. Jesus, what's going on there? It's a pretty cool patch, actually. Let's take off the ridiculous amount of delay and reverb. You could actually just use that as a kind of lead and just have that. That'd be pretty cool as well. But what I did was I frequency modulated the sample into a sine wave here, just a little bit. You can tell, how much it does just by putting that in. Got these real kind of neuro-y textures coming from it, To neurofy a bit more, I put a phaser filter on. Just got a little bit of movement going on here. And I've actually, let's try the advanced settings. Yeah, so the harmonics is quite nice as well. Oh, that's pretty good. So you could change it to harmonics or odd harmonics. They work quite well with this preset. I'm just going to save it now, actually. It's called the delayed excitement. And yeah, the reason it's the delayed excitement is because I put this long reverb and delay at the start of all the processing. So you really hear it kind of come out after the compression and distortion quite a lot. So we hear this prolonged orgasmic flavour, and that kind of worked well in the context of this mix. Of course, you could take those guys off and just use it as a bass texture because it's also quite a nasty bass. But yeah, there's not much else to it, to be honest, other than me finding the sample on Freesound, orgasming it up with a frequency modulation, a bit of filtering, and then nothing crazy, just like slapping on the compressor. I like to just tweak the attack and release and kind of leave the other settings. Maybe turn down the highs if it goes a bit too much. Reverb and delay, I've put them at the start just to see what happens to then, after the sound, we get this kind of like big splash of suddenly like huge reverb and delay. And this can obviously be quite overbearing a lot of the time, but sometimes it can just be like a creative effect, which I've used it for here. Then distortion is just, I just test out the different ones. The soft clip and the hard clip are kind of the cleanest ones that you don't really give too much extra character. And that kind of always seems to work, so you can just saturate the sound a little bit. And linear fold and sine fold are my second favourites, but they give more of a really like obvious gritty distortion, and that kind of works best on sounds that aren't already heavily like kind of neuro sounding. So to get them to that next level, but they don't really need it now. And then yeah, a bit of chorusing, literally just add a bit of width, and then EQing, like just boosting the areas that are kind of missing in the spectrum, and that kind of wraps that one up. And then I've just EQ'd it out a little bit in the mid-range because it was like a really high kind of bump. Hopefully not a genital wart, but Yeah, in the context of my little loop here, I may actually go ahead and bounce this out. You know, because I really like the kind of end part, the delayed gratification part of the sound. And maybe if I use it, you know, I could chop off the tail. And it kind of would work quite nicely as a kind of layer to my my wet stab that I made in a previous video. Yeah, that gives it kind of a nice. If I turn down the filter on here a little bit as well. And we've got a nice little layer going on there, so that can be part of the track, to be honest. And then also where this part is a bit softer than the stab, you know, it'd been a perfect thing to use in the intro as well. Missed out these little basses here as well. Thanks for watching. I've been your friendly banana host. Have a lovely day.